Okay, we will start. Yesterday we have said about cause and effect. We will continue today a little bit about cause and effect. If we learn Buddha's teaching, every Sutta or most of Sutta is related to cause and effect. Obviously, like a Four Noble Truth, two cause, two effect. Effects are two, causes are also two. So it is very narrow and very brief. If we see Paticcasamuppada, it is also cause and effect. We can find about 12 factors for one after another. Those are cause and effect. It is a little bit wider than Four Noble Truth. If we learn Paṭṭhāna, there are many cause and effect. So, how much we should discern? How much we should practice? Just a Four Noble Truth, or Paticcasamuppada, or Paṭṭhāna? So there is this saying, because of not knowing Four Noble Truth, Buddha and Buddha's disciple have to go around in the samsara. So because of this, we must know Four Noble Truth. In the same way, without knowing Paticcasamuppada, even in a dream, we not have attainment. Have this saying. Because of this, we need to practice Paticcasamuppada also. But we didn't hear without knowing Paṭṭhāna. So cannot have attainment. We didn't hear this kind of saying. But there is one instruction. Do be clear about the cause and effect. So we can use the Paṭṭhāna method. Have this saying. We can also use the Paṭṭhāna method. So because of that, as a conclusion, we must practice Four Noble Truth. We must practice Paticcasamuppada. So for the Paṭṭhāna, not must. So if you are clever in Paṭṭhāna, you can practice. Maybe some, may not be all. So it is a conclusion about the cause and effect. Okay, next stage is arising and perishing. So in the beginning, trying to see arising and perishing. Later, when it is very fast, we'll see only perishing. It is mainly to clear for the nature. Nature is impermanence. So if you can see arising and perishing moment by moment, so nature characteristics is clear, especially. So, in the Visuddhimagga, so there is a kind of teaching we call 40 door, 40 door, because in Bali, nature door, dukkha door, anatta door, ending in door. So based on ending in word, we call door. So 40 door is definition of nature, definition of dukkha, definition of anatta. Definition of nature is 10. Definition of dukkha is 25. Definition of anatta is just 5. So altogether 40. So if we use only nature, one word, you may be clear, you may not be clear. So the Buddha is clever about the Vahara, vocabulary, can say in many ways to understand. For example, may say impermanence, damaging, shakeable, or changeable, like that. So some more definition of the word so will be clear for some meditator. So because of this, the Buddha taught in 40 door. So if we practice with the 40 door, we hope will be clearer. Another thing is about the arising and perishing. So there are some kind of teaching we call a rupa sattaka. So in the beginning, like in our life, when we was born, it is arising. When we die, it is perishing. So the whole life, one arising and one perishing. It is quite visible for the beginners. Later, they divide life into 3. First 33, second 33, let's say third 33. So the materiality in the first 33 will not follow to second 33. It is quite visible because first 33 is maybe more beautiful, more handsome. In the second 33, not much. In the last 33, everything is changed. You may have a white hair, broken teeth, like that. By seeing those things, we may understand nature. In this way, we will make smaller and smaller. So materiality in the nighttime may not continue in the daytime. Because some people say, oh, nighttime is good. But in the morning, no good. My body, something happened. It is a kind of changing, a kind of impermanence. After that, even one step may divide into 6. So in this way, from the bigger side to go to smaller and smaller, like that. So to understand arising and perishing, finally, you may be able to see my moment, moment by moment, arising and perishing. So By seeing 28 Rupa, 53 Nama, you may be clear about the anatta, non-self. By seeing cause and effect also, you will be clear anatta, especially. By seeing arising and perishing, you will be clear about anicca. How about dukkha? So, if something is a nature, it is a dukkha. Because nothing is stable. We always have to try all the time, even eating, Maybe for the breakfast, now they are cooking. So after eating breakfast, I have to cook for the lunch. So after lunch, I have to cook for the breakfast. Samsara, turning around in this way. Because always arising and perishing. So in the same way, we built a house. So later, order, need to build another house. So everything, so if it is a changing, it is a suffering. So if it is a non-self, it is a suffering. If it's self, okay, we will order something. Always to be beautiful and to be strong, to be long life, but we cannot. So it is a suffering. So there are a lot of sufferings later in the dukkha satya session. So we will find some, just some. So also we can find in the 40 door mentioning many dukkhas. So in brief, vipassana is trying to understand impermanence by seeing arising and perishing, trying to understand dukkha in many ways, trying to understand anatta by doing 28 Rupa, 53 Nama, cause and effect. So because of this, the definition of vipassana is vividehi anicca di akarehi pasati di vipassana. Vividehi, you may hear vivida. Vivida means different, many, in many different ways, in many special ways. It is a definition of vi. What are many special ways? Anicca, dukkha, anatta, in brief. If you extend anicca is 10, dukkha is 25, anatta is 4, anatta is 5, altogether 40 ways. 40 ways. It is a vivida. Many, also different. Many people saying in this body like a permanent or sukha, happiness. Always say happy birthday. But the Buddha said the dukkha jati puna. Vivada agana again is a suffering. So it is a different. Saying as a dukkha is seeing as a dukkha is different from normal people. In the same way, people think self, but the Buddha teach to think non-self. So because of this, it is a vivida. Vipassana is a vipassana. The meaning of vi is a vivida, many and different. So vassana is a vassati, seeing. So seeing in many different ways, seeing in many special ways. So at least in 40 ways. If we say in brief, in 3 ways, nature, dukkha, anatta. So it is vipassana. Okay. We should continue Pali. So iti ejjadamva kaye kayanupassi viharati. Iti in this way or thus. Ejjadamva internally. Kaye in the kaya. Kayanupassi discerning as a kaya. Viharati lives, stays. So back we should stay discerning kaya as a kaya internally. So have to do for own self. Bahidava kaya kaya nupassi viharati. Bahidava means externally. So it is not for samatha stage. So samatha stage is you need to practice only your breath. So you cannot practice others' breath. But in the vipassana stage, discerning rupa, nama, cause and effect, arising and perishing, you also have to do external, not just internal. For everything outside, you need to practice. Next one is ejjada bahidava, internally and externally. Kaya kaya nupassi viharati. Sometimes you do internal. Sometimes you do externally. So you have to do yourself. You need to do outside. So both. Because our attachment everywhere. So we attach ourselves. We attach something outside. Some people outside of our body. So because of this, we need to do sometimes internally. First of all, internally, then externally. After that, sometimes internally, sometimes externally. So about Bahidava Kaya Kaya Nupassi Viharati. So although saying here, some people confuse. Some people among practitioners confuse. Because most of meditators are only discerning own self. I think they don't believe to discern outside, external. So, but the nature is, if you can do internal, you can do external. Even like 32 parts. 32 parts of body, if you can do hair, body, hair, nail, teeth, skin, if you can see yourself, easy to see for the others. It is the nature. In the same way, discerning materiality. If you can discern yourself, easy to discern for the others. So not difficult, like the way they think. So not really difficult. So can discern. Next sentence is Samudaya Dhamma Nupasiva Kaya Samain Viharati. Vaya Dhamma Nupasiva Kaya Samain Viharati. Samudaya Vaya Dhamma Nupasiva Kaya Samain Viharati. Kaya means in the body. Viharati is lives, dwells, stays. Samudaya Dhamma Nupassi. Anupasi is we may translate discerning or contemplating. Samudaya Dhamma. Dhamma is the nature causing him to arise. The nature causing him to arise. Causing something to arise. So it is the cause, means the cause. So what is the cause? What are the causes of breathing, of kaya? Here in the commentary mentioned, the cause of breathing is mentioned three things. One is body. Because of body, we have a breathing. Body needs a breathing. So you should try to connect breathing and body. So about the body also, you need to discern all materiality, mentality. About the breathing also, you need to discern all. It is a separately discerning. After that, you should do connection. Because arising of a body, breath arise. We have to say body and breath. Actually, at that time, materiality. Because of this materiality arise, materiality in the breath arise. So, next cause is, so in the commentary mentioned the nose trail. Because of breath pushing in here, staying in here, so have some connection. Based on nose trail or upper lip, we have chance to know the breath. Because of this, nose trail also the cause of a breath. You should practice nose trail, materiality in the nose trail. Also, you should practice the materiality in the breath. Then you should do connection. Because the breath and materiality touching in nose trail. So, because of arising of nose trail, the breath arises. So, the next one is the mind, consciousness. Because of consciousness, the breath arises. When we die, when we don't have consciousness, no more breath. So, trying to connect consciousness and breathing. So, first of all, you need to practice materialities in the breath. You need to practice consciousness. After that, you should do connection because arising of consciousness, breath arises, or materiality in the breath arises. So you should do this connection. So it is a Samudaya Dhamma Nupasi. In this case, Samudaya Dhamma Nupasi, Kaya Samayin Viharati. So next one is a Vaya Dhamma Nupasi. Dhamma is the nature causing something to perish. Something means here breath or kaya, causing the kaya to perish. So perishing cause. So you can do, if there is no body, no breath. If there is no nose trim, no breath. If there is no consciousness, no breath. So in this way, you should practice. So because of perishing of body, the breath perish. We have to say breath, but actually materiality at that time. Because of perishing of consciousness, the breath perish. Because of perishing of a body, the breath perish. In this way, also you should practice. Next one, samudaya vaya, both perishing, arising and perishing together. So it is the way to practice. So at that time, you will know what is the breath. Also, what are the causes of a breath? Means that you know everything about the breath. So another understanding about this practice is, so the breath is dependent on causes, or the kaya, body, is dependent on causes. So causes also have arising and perishing nature. Effect is also arising and perishing in nature. Like a father and son, the same. Father also have arising and perishing in nature. Son also arising and perishing in nature. So means nothing is permanent. So some kind of view is different. Father is permanent. Only son not permanent. So it is just their view, not reality. So in reality, father also impermanent, son also impermanent. So nothing or no one is on the top. So everything, everyone have causes. Their cause have arising and perishing nature. Also effect has arising and perishing nature. So you can understand by practicing in this way. In another session, in coming session, so in this part, mostly refer to Paticcasamuppada causes, cause and effects. Here, in a commentary, so something different from the other sessions. Here, just the causes of breathing. But in the other sessions, in the coming sessions, so we'll go to Paticcasamuppada, cause and effect. So after that, Ati Kayo Deva Panasa Sati Pichupatita Hoti. Sati Pichupatita Hoti. Asa Sati Pichupatita Hoti. Practitioners' mindfulness exist by thinking that there is thinking that there is only body. So in the meditator's mind, only body. So because in this session, saying mainly kaya, body. But if you practice nama, cause and effect, rising and perishing, those mindfulness you will have. Because of this session is a kaya nupassana session, saying just kaya. Because it is the main things. For example, someone may ask you, have you eaten rice? Like that. Have you eaten rice? In Myanmar, we ask. Other saying rice, no, you just not just eat rice, including noodles, different kinds of dishes, all included. Other saying is, have you eaten rice? So it is just saying main things. So different kinds of dishes included. In the same way, because of this session is just for the Kaya Nupassana session. So saying Kaya. In the other session, saying Vedana, saying Chaita, and saying Dhamma, based on their session. So in the mind, so we think only body. This is not me. Only body means here mentioned not beings, not like beings, because of descending rupa. So not like Bhasan, not man, not woman, not self. Not something belong to self. Not me, not mine, not someone, not someone's. In this way, we think. So just materiality, we think in the mind. So it is Atikayodiwa Panasa Sati Pichupatita Hoti. Okay. So in this way, you may think yourself as an element only. So next word is Yawa Deva Jnana Mattaya Padesati Mattaya. Yawa Deva is just. Matta also quite the same. So just for the knowledge, just for the remembrance. So having such a kind of mindfulness, it is for what? Is it for what? If you ask a question, the answer is Yawa Deva Jnana Mattaya Padesati Mattaya. Just for the knowledge, just for the remembrance, agana. So means once you discern as a rupa, your knowledge arises. If you do one time knowledge. If you do two times knowledge. In this way, if you do continuously, your knowledge will increase. So it is just for knowledge. So after discerning one time, next time not much different. Those are materialities. But if you do Ganangan, for what? Just for knowledge. Like our speaking. Now we are speaking in English. If we speak Ganangan, we will be more and more clever. Later will be like this is the own language, like a mother language. So in the same way, if you do as a rupa, this is a new language. You need to do Gananga, because after open your eye, oh, this is a me, this is a my I'm bad. Why not keep it here? Need to bring like that. So because of this, you need to do a Gananga for what you do, just for knowledge. So in the same way, you know breathing. If you know one time, it is one knowledge. Like that. So Padesati Mattaya, just for the remembrance or mindfulness, agana. So whenever you pay attention that your mindfulness arises within you. So by doing agana, knowledge and mindfulness will increase. So Arahanta is the most increasing. So for the Arahanta, so no have Bande Sariputta, Bande Moggallana. The way they understand is just Rupa, Nama, cause and effect, arising and perishing. Only for the others, they have to use. This is Bande Moggallana. this is a Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna, like that. According to their understanding, all those are materiality, mentality, cause and effect, different from us. Why they mature in this way is because of discerning Janakābhivaṃsa many times from the long samsara. So if knowledge and mindfulness increase like Arahanta, although the Buddha passed away into Nibbana, those Arahantas not cry. It is usual. So nothing we can do. This is the nature of materiality, mentality, cause and effect. So they can understand the nature of Dhamma. So they will not cry, although the Buddha passed away. So in the same way, although they themselves passed away, so they will not cry, they will not worry. If something break, they will not cry, they will not worry, because their knowledge is already matured by practicing. This is a body, this is a feeling, this is a citta, this is a Dhamma. Their mind only have this kind of attitude or thinking. Only there is a body, feeling, consciousness, and the Dhamma. In their thinking, they don't have this is a bhasa, this is a me or mine, like that. So for us, we need to do a Janaka. For what? Yawadeva jnana madhaya, just for knowledge. But they said the madhaya, just for the remembrance or mindfulness. Okay, we should stop here. Repeat after me to share merit. Idam me bonyam nibbanasa pacayo hodu mama bonya bhagam sava sadhanam pajemi desave me samam bonya bhagam labantu saru saru saru.
Vandami Bante, this is actually a question for the previous talk, the first day I think. And they said that if we cannot notice our breathing, we cannot rest. So for us, even yogi, at least for myself, I cannot notice all the time. So how should we live? What should we do?
So yes, trying to increase our mindfulness. So because of this, just trying as much as you can. But there are some kind of training of the bhikkhus in the past. So they always stay with the meditation, even Bainapada time, when they go to village for alms food. How they practice is, they mark from here to that tree, and will go with the meditation. So if you are practicing breathing meditation, okay, from here to that tree, and will go with the breathing. On the way, if you forget, you come back here and do again. So if you forget, you will not have a food. So you can practice in your breakfast and lunch time. I hope will increase soon.